All right, so today I want to go over different ways to trellis your tomatoes. One of the easiest ways is to just get these poles right here. I believe there's little 5-foot poles you can get from Lowe's. They run you about $4 to $5 depending on where you go. You've also got the green ones here. I've used these before, which work great. But the only problem I'm running into is those things are almost $10 a piece now. So I kept looking at some different ideas. You can do a trellis where you go across and bring your ropes here, your strings, with your hangers. You just tie it to the bottom, and then you hang this up, and your plant will grow up the rope. But again, I kept trying to find a different way to do it because wood prices are really high right now. So I found this piece of 1/2-inch conduit. It's 10 foot tall, and it was only, when I bought them, I think it was $6.08 a piece. Like I said, the 8-foot ones here that are they're made for plants. They're running about just under $10 a piece. And that's just a little pricey when we're talking about as many tomato plants as I have. So, and these ones get a little hot because they don't have the coating that these poles have on here. So that was going to be probably another between $20 and $40 to paint these with a heat-resistant paint. So I kept trying to think, how can I cut cost and get what I need to get done? So I ended up buying 20 of these poles. Now granted, I'm not going to need all of them for this. Some of them are going to be cut in half to 5-foot sections and used for other things, like eggplants and some other stuff here I have grown. But I wanted a way that I could use one pole for multiple plants. So what I did end up doing was I put an eyelet up here. This eyelet is going to allow me to take this hanger. So I wrap it around the plant, and I can put that hanger up there, and it will secure that plant straight up to that pole without touching the pole, so I don't have to worry about painting this or nothing. The plant's not going to be right up against this pole at all. So we're going to try this, and we'll see how it goes. We'll come back to it. All right, before we do this, though, I want to kind of show you what I have. So we've got, this is a trellis for tomatoes. I bought these on sale. When I bought them, they were $1 a piece. You don't have to have this. You can get this string right here or even some kind of twine. It doesn't have to be this particular one. And then I'm using these little stakes here, which I used to stake down the irrigation lines. I had some left over. I'm going to use these to secure it at the base of the tomato plant. Alright, so we got our hooks hung up here. You can see them. We've got some just on the shaft of it, and then we've got some that are inside the eye of that eyelet screw. Alright, so let's take a look here. And you can see here, took the little staple. If you zoom in here, or come on, focus, thank you. Got our little staple going right in at the bottom of this plant, and then I wrapped it around it. You can either wrap it, or if you don't want to wrap it, you can use some twist ties or something and just take that line straight up. And you can see here that line goes straight up here, makes them tomato plants stand right up. Now this one here, because I let it lay on the ground, that does this, just go up as far as you can straight, because you can see right here where it starts to bend. Leave it. Tomorrow this plant will straighten out. But I like about doing it like this and wrapping it, as the plant grows, I just wrap the plant around the string. I don't even usually have to take that down. I just wrap that plant up all the way up that string. Alright, so we're pretty much done for the night. We ran 4 poles. You can see this is pretty much here how this is going to go. That plant right there is pretty much, it's going to go straight up there. Like I said a few minutes ago there, these ones that are bent like this, don't force them to straighten out. Just run them to the bend and leave them. They'll correct in the sunlight the next day or so. Let's see, we got same thing here. We had a couple that were able to run completely up it. That's what it's going to look like there. But like I said, whatever you do, do not force them. You will break the plant. You can also notice here, I strip about 2 foot of the leaves. I don't leave any leaves within about 2 feet of the plant. As it grows, we'll trim a little more of those leaves off. These are the indeterminate, so that means these things will keep growing, unlike these here. These are all the Romas and my determinate. These will grow about 4.5, 5 feet tall, and then that's it. That'll be the end of it. They'll put on all their fruit and then they'll die. Whereas the indeterminates here, they'll keep growing until the end of the season. Oh, look at there. We've got some pests there. That's right there's going to be a sign of a worm. You can see where he's stripping all the leaves. We'll have to find that little booger and take care of him. We do have some tomatoes coming on here. As you can see, these are going to be all the Romas. Oh, what do we got there? Make sure you're checking the bottoms of the tomato for blossom and rot. Looking good though. Let's see these other ones over here. These plants look real good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, look at them. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I will say, I think this design will work really well in your small beds, because you could literally go around the whole bed with that pole and run all of them up that pole. So, I mean, not bad for a couple bucks. Use these here. These are the 8 foots, and they'll work. I've grown them before, and but price wise, they're just really expensive right now. But yeah, so remember, 1/2 inch conduit, and a eye bolt, and that's what it looks like. You can also cut these things. These are 10 foot. You can cut them in half, get you a couple 5 foots, and if you want to use them for determinate, you can. If you don't have as many as I have. I just have hog panels for mine. I already had them. I've raised hogs before, so I figured I'll utilize them right now while I'm not raising a hog. But we can do a quick run through it. And here we have the okra, which we got a couple we got to cut. Cucumbers. This is working okay, but it's a little saggy. It's kind of been a pain to get them to grow right, but I mean, it works. We got our squash and zucchini. Let's see. These are alternating peppers and eggplant all the way down. Then we've got, of course, tomatoes. Some more peppers. Start here, go all the way down. And then here we have beans, which these are a Asian long bean. These get about 19 inches long. They're really good, and honestly, they grow really well in drought. So I'm going to continue to plant these. I've got to get a trellis put up for these things. We did end up planting the corn, as you can see here. This is a 65-day corn, so we should be good. And then we've got a summer squash here. And then more corn. That summer squash will kind of help keep the weeds down in here. You can see there's one right there, and one right there. And then we have our purple whole peas there. We also have some turnip greens. We're letting that grow. That feeds our lizard. And then in here we have our sweet potatoes. I think we have two different varieties in there. The purple and the, I think it's a blue and a normal sweet potato. All right, but anyway, it's getting dark. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and have a great one.